Hey, welcome back everybody, and in this video here we're going to be talking about the wobble cushion exercise. I want to make sure I show you proper form on how to properly go about doing the three primary ranges of motion that we're going to have you do. One of them is bending forward and backward, one of them is bending laterally side to side, and the other one is just simply twisting left and right as well. And in order to make this as effective as possible, we're going to want to teach you proper form, because a lot of patients come in and they start to kind of have improper form. They're not doing the exercise correctly, and this is a very important exercise. This is pretty much the warm-up routine, because if you do this right and you do it effectively, you're going to actually work all three regions of your spine. You're going to work the cervical spine or your neck, the middle spine, thoracic spinal column, and even your lower back, the lumbar spine as well. So first things first, again, you're going to need the wobble cushion, that black cushion that we talked about in the introduction video. Again, when you first get the cushion, it's going to be like this. It's going to be flat. I'm going to send you home with a pump, and what I recommend you do is you put anywhere between 30 to 40, maybe even 50 pumps of air into this wobble cushion. So this is the end product. This is how it should look, just like this one here. Notice how in this is more of a dome shaped here. It's not just a little bit pumped up, but it's actually going to be more of a dome. It's really inflated really well. This is how I want your wobble cushion to look like when it's all pumped up as well. The biggest reason we want it like this is going to be very flexible. Because of this is going to allow a pivot point for you to literally bend forward and backward and side to side. It's going to help increase your range of motion. It's going to be very effective as well. So make sure you pump it up just like that. Now, to get into the three motions, the very first one that we're going to talk about is lateral bending, or bending side to side. So to do this one properly, what I would recommend you do is I'm gonna walk through these while I'm standing here, but let's just imagine for a second that I'm sitting on my wobble cushion, because you will be as you're doing the exercises. This is the exact same exercises that you'll perform when you come into the office prior to the adjustment routine, so you'll get very familiar with this exercise. So the lateral bending, what you're gonna do, I recommend, is you put your hands both up in the air like this, and you're gonna wanna lean your entire spine one direction. So you're gonna wanna lean to your left as far as you can lean and stretch, and then come back out of it. And then you're gonna lean to your right as far down as you can stretch and come right back out of it. What I would recommend you do is, for all three of these exercises, is to work through them one time slowly at first. Spend 30 seconds to a minute and just slowly go through them. And then the second time you go through them, you're gonna go through them at a more repetitive rate. And so that would be the lateral bending. The next one would be forward and backward bending, and I'm gonna stand sideways of the camera so I can show you this as well. What I want you to do here is you're gonna tuck your chin to your chest, bend as far forward, try to touch the ground, and then you're gonna come back out of it and extend everything, including the neck. So really simply, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna tuck down, roll, touch the ground, come back out of it, unwind, chest out, shoulders back, stomach out, head up, and just like that. So that's the motion I wanna have you go through there. And then the very last one, which is probably the most simple one, is the twisting left and right. For this one, to maximize your range of motion, I would recommend keeping your elbows up like this. You're gonna wanna incorporate your neck here as well and turn your head. So what you're gonna do here, literally turn as far as you can to your left, come all the way back, turn over to your right, and come back to the neutral, just like that. So again, that's what it's gonna look like when you go through them slowly. And again, I encourage you to do that one time, and then the second time you go through the motions, you're gonna wanna go repetitively. So for instance, when you lean left and right, it actually should look something like this. Again, hands up, you should lean to your left, lean to your right, lean to your left, lean to your right. That's what I want it to look like when you bend forward and backward. Again, you're gonna go down and up and down and up, just like that. When you do the side-to-side rotations, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna go to the left, you're gonna go to the right, left, and right. We want to go at a fast pace, because the faster the pace, it's going to loosen up the muscles a little bit more effectively. It's going to raise your core temperatures, the discs in between the vertebrae. Again, as you go faster, you can actually kind of loosen those up too. They're a very jelly-like state, or jello if you will. And by going faster, you're going to kind of loosen that up with heat. So it's very important to do so. Now, that's proper form on how to perform these exercises. Let's go through improper form, because I don't want to have you do this. I want to make sure you're doing it effectively. Improper form might look something like this. When you're doing your side-to-side bending, you're just kind of leaning to the left a little bit. You're coming back up, you're leaning to your right a little bit. That's not the motion. Again, I want to have you lean your head and lean your entire body as much as you can and come back out of it and go side to side there. As far as forward and backward bending, again, improper form might look like this. You might bend forward really well, but then when you come back, you just stop right here and you don't do the extension. You don't extend your head, you don't extend your chest and your shoulders. That's what we want to have you do. And then another improper form for the rotation one. Again, what it might look like is a lot of patients come in here and they just kind of twist like this here, not a full twist or not bringing their head width. And again, that's not the proper motion. The proper motion should be a full twist, a full twist, and a full twist, and keep going. So again, this has been the wobble chair exercise. This is going to be the very first thing I'll have you do at home to kind of loosen up your spinal column before you do the rest of the stretches and the strengthening postural exercises I have prescribed for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below in the comments section, and we could absolutely answer that or answer it in person as well. So again, with this, I would recommend one time slowly, go through it 30 seconds to a minute per exercise, go slow, stretch, hold it, and then go back through it one time quickly, repetitively, and fast. So again, I hope this video has been very helpful for some of you, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.